How much money do you want to earn by the end of the year? You will be shocked that this is not dependent on your employee, this is not dependent on the government, but it's something that is within your influence. That's why in today's video, we want to talk about basic financial numbers that everyone needs to pay attention to in whatever stage of life you're in. It's very important to have an idea of where one wants to go. Otherwise, you may find yourself walking in circles without an end in mind. And this applies to whether you're an employer or you're employed, or whether you're at the university and you're looking at, going into the workplace. It's important for you to have a clue of where you want to be at the end of, a particular set period of time. And one of the numbers that are very key for everyone to know is your income numbers. Personally, every beginning of year, I have an idea of how much income I'd like to bring in. And every year I try to ensure that the number is higher than the previous year. So that means if last year I did A, B, and C, this year I would need to add probably D in order to reach the number I want to. And there are many ways this can be done. One, if you're employed, you can be able to ask your boss for a raise if it's something that is up for discussion. If not, you need to be able to have another source of income. What skills do you have that you can be able to utilize? If you're a writer, how many articles do you need to write to be able to realize the income you want to be able to achieve? Once you do that, it will help you not only increase your income, but also put you on a journey of financial freedom. The next thing would be, how much do you plan to invest in a particular given period of time? Probably you want to buy land. Do you know how much that land costs? Probably you want to be able to invest in the treasury bonds. You want to be able to invest in the unit trusts. Do you know how much money you want to invest by the end of the year? It's very key to know your investment numbers. 5 years from now, you wanted to buy land, but you've never bought the land. The reason is because you never put a definite number on how much you needed in order to achieve that goal. Savings. How much do you need to save in a particular given period of time? And these savings are beyond just towards money you need to be able to consume, because there is saving towards a goal, and at the end of the given period of time, you're withdrawing the money in order to realize the goal. But there's also saving where you're saving for the unexpected. 2 years from now, you'd want to go back to school, maybe do your master's degree. That's something you need to determine. How much money will it cost for me to do my master's degree? For example, I've been planning to go back to school for the last infinite years. But this year I've been able to determine how much will that program cost me by the end of the 3 years. So that gives me an idea of how much money I need to put aside for that set period of time. Another number you need to know is giving. How much do you plan to give by the end of the year or by the end of a set period of time? You realize that in most cases, because we don't have a giving goal, we either overgive, we undergive, or we do not give at all. So it's very important for you to determine this year, how do I want to be a blessing to others? Whether it's through your church, it's through your community, it's through your family. How do you want to give towards any causes that come your way? It could also be you want to start your own foundation or a charity organization. Bless the people around your community. How much do you plan to be able to give towards that cause by the end of a set period of time? Expenses. How much do I plan to spend by the set period of time? Do you know how much your rent is? If you annualized it, how much do you need for transportation? How much do you need for food by the end of the given period of time? Once you know those numbers, then it's very easy for you to achieve your set financial goals. You could also be wondering, okay, I need to earn, I need to invest, I need to save, I need to give, and then I need to be able to have enough for my expenses. You could be guided by the Jewish jars. They give a very set ratio of how much money needs to go towards any of those categories. Every time you get an income, of course, the first thing we have to do is tithe. That's a given. It's not even under giving, it's its own category. That is 10% of your income. Then comes to investments. You can put aside 20% of your income towards investments. At the beginning, you might find that you can't even invest. All your money goes towards your expenses. It's okay. The problem would be if you stayed at that level. That's why it's important for one to determine their income levels at the beginning of every period, because then it helps you to be in position to fill all these other jars that are helpful in life. So you give 10% to your church, invest 20% of your income, you save 10% of your income, you give 10% of your income, and then you should be able to live on 50% of your income. If it's not possible to live on 50% of your income at the moment, that's very okay. Remember, the goal is to strive towards achieving those numbers. Right now, you could be living on 110% of your income. It's not even enough to meet your daily needs. My question would be, what are you planning to do to get out of that rut? That's where you could need to be able to either get a higher paying job. If you cannot, probably learn how to use your skills in order to earn more income. But before we proceed, if you have not subscribed to this channel, please do subscribe, because it helps the content reach more people, and share it with those that you feel need it. So the goal to financial freedom is simply to ensure that you increase the gap between your income and your expenses. If you cannot reduce your expenses, then that means you need to find a way to increase your income. But it's also possible to reduce your expenses. If you look at your categories, where can you be able to cut back so that you're using that money towards your future investments?